Hello everyone, Neil from Merch Informer here. Today I want to go over exactly what you should not be putting on Merch by Amazon. I wrote a little thing about this a few weeks ago, as you can see here from my screen, 4 things you should never do with your listings. And since a bunch of people are getting approved lately, I just wanted to go over in video form with some examples, what you should not be doing, even though there's plenty of live examples on Merch by Amazon. Quick note, I just got another microphone, so hopefully this is going to eliminate some of the pops and buzzes you might have heard in previous videos. So the first thing that you should not put on Merch by Amazon that I see so many people getting hung up on are marijuana shirts. So if we just hop over into Merch Informer here, we can head over to the Merch Hunter. If we just enter in the keyword weed, wow, left-hand typing there, and hit search, what you're going to see pop up here, let's see here, 100 and above, 100,000 and above. So if you enter in the keyword weed and you enter 100,000 and above, what you're going to see pop up here are shirts that are actually selling pretty decently. Now if you come in here and you take a look, I Love Grass, Amsterdam, you got the pot leaf here, healthcare, marijuana shirt here, Like you see that there is a niche for this. You cannot put marijuana shirts up on Merch by Amazon. The reason for this is they changed their content policy to say that they are family friendly. And since they are the seller of record, remember we're getting royalties as a form of payment. They're the seller of record. They're the ones who are printing the shirts, shipping the shirts. And even though it might be legal in some states, I live in a legal state, it is not technically legal to put on Merch by Amazon. They will deny most of them. Sometimes they do slip through, as you can see here, but this is just a reminder that just because you see something on Merch by Amazon does not mean that you are allowed to do a similar design. That being said, if you want to do these types of shirts, you can put them up through different avenues. So Shopify is integrated with Amazon. You are able to put up marijuana shirts through the Shopify integration, because that would mean that Amazon is not the seller of record, and then therefore they don't care. You just can't put them up through Merch. So another thing, I see a lot of people asking, why did my marijuana shirt get denied? Well, this is the reason. Another thing I see a lot that is in the terms of service is language. So, if we just come up here and we enter in, this has been used on a ton of shirts. Bad language shirts sold extremely well. I had a ton of them up myself, many months ago when Merch was a little more Wild West than it currently is. Merch by Amazon came out and said, we're going to start taking these shirts down. This isn't family friendly. It's not the image that Merch by Amazon wants to, portray to the customer base. But when you're doing your research and you come in here, you're looking, you're like, let that shit go. The wind blew. These shirts, even though 500K BSR isn't the greatest, they are selling well. That being said, if you were to put a shirt similar to this with this keyword in it, Merch is either going to straight up deny and not let your shirt go through, but if it did get through, eventually they're going to be taken down. So each one of these is against the terms of service. And I know there's people on Facebook that sit there all day and they go through other people's listings and they report you. These people are going to eventually get a strike on their account for this, because they did not take action. They did not take their shirts down. Just stay away from the bad language shirts, even though they sell super well. And again, if you want to go through this avenue, there's ways to do it. You can do it through the Shopify integration. You can sell them on other PODs such as Teespring. Just stay away from putting these types of shirts on Merch. The third thing that you cannot put on Amazon is, obviously, Trademark Shirts. Now, what do I mean by that? I think one of the biggest, the biggest brands out there that is kind of breaking this trademark, fiasco. You go out there, I can just open up this Amazon Steve's emoji shirts. I don't know who Steve is. He's probably in one of the Facebook groups. So as you can see, he's got over 2,000 different, shirts up, and all they are is emojis. So this is two parts. One, if you were to click on these and scroll down, as you can see, they're loaded up with fake reviews. Don't do if you're gonna break, if you're gonna put up a shirt that has a trademark issue, number one, don't put up a trademark issue shirt and then pad that trademark shirt with fake reviews. That's gonna get you in a lot of trouble down the line. Now, what do I mean by trademark shirt? Well, all of these are emojis, and there has been many different trademarks filed for the name emoji, different emojis, and it's basically all coming down to this company right here. Emoji.com, they have this, they're building this giant brand, and if you go over here, I believe it's licensee. Let's see here. They have a page where it shows you here all their partners. So different TV campaigns. I think this might be the partner list. It's loading a bit slow here. Yeah, here we go. These are all the different brands that emoji.com has partnered with. So if you're looking through here, I mean, there's some big brands. Cheetos. Okay. You do not want to be going up against a company that is working with so many different iconic brands. They have a lot of money, more than you do. So just stay away from all the emojis. Make sure you're checking the USPTO website. And do not put up trademark stuff like this. You need to be checking. And if you did put up a trademark thing and it becomes trademarked, then you can take it down preemptively. You just want to make sure that you're keeping your account safe, which means you're taking down the shirts that might get a strike against your account. Just every single day, go through your listings, make sure that they are not infringing on anyone's IP. An easy way to do this would be inside Merch Informer. We have our trademark alerts here, and every day you can come in and check, and you can see, oh, this is not safe today. It'll run an update once a day. So the very last thing that you need to make sure that you don't put on Amazon is parody. Now, when I talk about parody, it should be allowed, right? Parody is, from my understanding, it is a defense if someone wanted to sue you. But there are, lots of different parody designs. Usually they're okay. But what Amazon has not really quite figured out yet is, the intellectual property is parody, because people are reporting other parody shirts. If you want to stick to parody, put them on different platforms. But what I mean by that is if you come over to Amazon, let's head back over here, and we'll just type in just do it shirt. You'll come in here and you'll see stuff like this. Just do it later. I mean, the Nike swoosh is upside down, but clearly this is using the intellectual property of Nike. Don't want to do that. I mean, you'll come down here and you'll see different versions. Now, this might not be a merch shirt. I don't actually think it is. But, here's another version, right? Just do it later. It's got a sloth. This isn't a merch shirt, but there are so many different people who use the Nike swoosh for, to try to capitalize off that with their audience. Not only is this against the terms of service, but this is how you lose your account. You put up different parody shirts. You try to infringe on, make more money by putting up sayings and phrases that are very similar to what other companies have done. Now, this probably works really well. It's just something you need to stay away from because, your account is more important than that 100 or so sales you might get from, infringing on Nike. Or, even there's parodies out there that are very, very well done. I saw a Kiss one, the band Kiss, the other day on Facebook, but then again, Kiss just became a partner with Merch by Amazon. So, you just stay away from parody. when you do merch, stick with the evergreen designs, and you should be, free and clear. So those are the 4 things that you want to make sure you do not put on merch by Amazon. Most seasoned sellers are going to understand this, but I just wanted to recap. 1, no marijuana shirts. 2, stay away from the bad language shirts. 3, no trademark shirts. You should not be infringing. This is pretty straightforward. I did another video, which I will link to in the description, about how to use the USPTO website, or you are free to use the Merch Informer Trademark Alert, which is super helpful if you're above, say the 100 tier. And 4, just stay away from the parody designs. Sticking with evergreen designs is much easier, and you're going to make a lot more money in the long term. So those are the 4 that you cannot put on Amazon. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you on the other side.